Alrighty, and hopefully before Christmas we will get you to... Oh, hey everybody, hello and welcome to another session of Therapy and Panels. Don't mind us, Panelbot has a malfunctioning voice chip, so I've been trying to look around for something to replace it, and funny enough, while doing that, I found a Christmas book for us to look over, coming from the Mystery Science 3000 writer, and one of the stars from it. Created by Bill Corbett of Mystery Science 3000 fame and Len Peralta, the story was originally a stage play Bill made in 2010 that ran through November and December of that year. One day he received a message from a fan on Facebook showing drawings of characters from the show, and this inspired him to turn the story into a comic book and called Len to help him onto the project. So what do you say, Panelbot? Let's take a step into the world of Superpower Revenge Christmas. The cover is nothing special, just a red background with a black shadowed outline of our brooding Santa Claus for the book, showing just how edgy he is. It's not the greatest. The story opens on a cold December night as a worn-out guy trudges into a small bar and immediately orders something strong enough to knock out a reindeer. His name, which we'll learn way later than we should have, is Desmond, and he loudly announces that Christmas is broken, needs a reboot, and he could have fixed it if not for her. Knew we shouldn't have invited Mom to the session. Enter Libby, Desmond's ex-girlfriend and writing partner for the past 5 years. Their breakup started when Libby gave Desmond honest feedback on the holiday comic they've been working on. Apparently, honesty is not Desmond's favorite genre. They sit, they argue, and finally make a holiday bet. Both will pitch their version of the comic to the entire bar, and loser buys everyone's drinks. So either way, it's a win-win for the patrons. Desmond begins his totally mature and not at all edgy story starring Santa Claus, a grin super soldier from planet Yule, known as the Red Avenger. He is basically every brooding 90s character hero shoved into one guy. And Desmond's words, not the bars. The elders of Yule sense a cosmic event coming to Earth and send Red Avenger there to ensure peace. Naturally, his enemies from a company called AgeCore follow him. A corporation doing evil and unethical things? Never heard of that before. It's called sarcasm. One night on Earth, Red Avenger busts up some alleyway thugs, but immediately gets punched in the face by Rudy, a mutated humanoid caribou with anger issues and a glow-up nose. And after the obligatory hero versus hero misunderstanding fight, Rudy explains AgeCorp turned him into this festive creature. They team up because nothing bonds two men like mutual trauma and punching rights. Soon they're joined by Frostina, an ice-powered woman who shows up during a blizzard. Because showing up in summer attire would have just looked silly. And tells them others are preparing for the same cosmic event. She leads them to a suburban couple named Joe and Mary Daly, secretly the heroes Uberbrain, a genius telepath, and Niceness Girl, a walking empathy bomb. Mary is pregnant and the unborn child is the cosmic event. Meanwhile, AgeCorp CEO, a bargain man Ebenezer Scrooge, creates two biomutants, Rat Kong and the Glinch, to stop the heroes. And it's also revealed he's building a despair machine. Because the holidays are depressing enough for him already, he's gonna make everyone be depressed. Back at the bar, Desmond pauses for dramatic effect, but the patrons tell him they want to add more joy to his emotional palette. He ignores them and charges on. The heroes unite and immediately get attacked by giant robots. Red Avenger gets a long, unnecessary flashback because Desmond likes those, and the fight ends with Niceness Girl making the robots feel, and they all decide to just hug it out into defeat. It's both adorable and disturbing. I love you, Panelbot. Red Avenger and Rudy load special toys developed by Uberbrain onto a sleigh and take off that are actually inoculations against the despair machine, disguised as fun gifts. Because kids are more likely to open up Legos than life-saving syringes. The sleigh is shot down once the despair machine is activated, but they manage to inject themselves with the cure and push forward. Meanwhile, the others search for shelter as Mary has gone into labor. Every place is full, so they end up at a farm run by a man suspiciously looking like Professor Xavier, who offers to help Mary deliver the baby. But it turns out he sold them out to H-Corps to earn Scrooge's approval. A battle erupts. Uberbrain calls for help, with Red Avenger hearing him and charges in, leaving Rudy to fistfight Red Rat Kong, which bizarrely might be Rudy's happiest moment so far. Back at the bar, Desmond suddenly rushes the ending after receiving a voicemail from their publisher, thinking the book has a chance to be published. So he declares that the baby ended up getting killed, and the entire bar hates this. Libby steps up and calmly reveals the truth to both us and Desmond that one, how that isn't something to may help fix the Christmas spirit, and two, it turns out the publisher was just saying he left his gloves at his place, much to Desmond's despair. Now it's Libby's turn, and she gives her version. Everything's basically the same, except around this time the Grinch tries to attack the newborn baby, but Niceness Girl supercharges his heart 3 sizes too big, killing him instantly. The baby is fully born, glowing like a tiny little nuclear Hallmark movie, flies up and destroys the despair machine and saves the day. Scrooge is defeated, Santa becomes more cheerful, and the team peacefully disbands. The bar loves Libby's version. Desmond, defeated but finally self-aware, admits he went too dark, apologizes, and he and Libby reconcile. The story ends with them leaving the bar together, now falling out, with snow falling outside. A reminder that sometimes the best holiday stories are the ones with hope, heart, and just a little ridiculousness. So that was Superpower Revenge Christmas, and I'm going to make a big guess with Panelbot's agreement with me on this that it was a decent read. I get that this whole thing is just a big old parody on, like, mostly for me, I feel 90s edgy, dark comic books at the time where everyone thought edgy and extreme was the best way to sell stuff. But the thing that mostly bothers me is the Desmond guy keeps saying how he was planning on revitalizing, rebooting the Christmas spirit using this, and I fail to realize how this was supposed to even do anything on that. And I also wish we got a little bit more on just the character of Desmond and Libby, their stuff, because I really find it hard to believe how someone like Libby could have dated this guy. This guy just seems like he's just one of those emo kids back in the day, who's just like if it's not dark and depressing, then life sucks, even though they don't truly understand the meaning of the word. And I just don't understand it. That's the biggest complaints I mostly have for this book. And with that, it is officially the end of today's session. Thank you all for attending. If you liked the video, as always, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm the Super Guru. This is Panelbot signing off, and we got some voice module chips to look for.